Have you ever heard of a woman who, nearly 1,600 years ago, stood at the very center of the intellectual world? A woman who commanded the respect of scholars, politicians, and philosophers in a world almost entirely dominated by men. Today, we're journeying back to the ancient city of Alexandria to meet the legendary Hypatia. Imagine Alexandria in the late 4th century. Not the city we know today, but a bustling, multicultural hub of knowledge, home to the most famous library in the ancient world. It was here, amidst scrolls filled with the wisdom of Greece, Egypt, and Rome, that Hypatia lived and worked. She wasn't just a philosopher, she was a brilliant mathematician and astronomer, a true Renaissance woman centuries before the Renaissance even began. Her father, Theon, was a respected mathematician and the last known head of the Great Museum of Alexandria. He saw his daughter's exceptional intellect and, bucking every convention of the time, gave her an education equal to and, perhaps even better than any man's under his guidance. Hypatia plunged into the world of numbers, stars, and profound questions about existence. She studied the works of Plato, Aristotle, and the groundbreaking mathematician Diophantus, whose work on algebra was centuries ahead of its time. Soon, Hypatia wasn't just a student. She became the master. She surpassed her father and became the head of the Neoplatonic school in Alexandria. Students from all corners of the Roman Empire flocked to hear her lectures. Picture this, a public hall filled to the brim with eager young minds, all listening intently as Hypatia, draped in a philosopher's cloak, unraveled the complex mysteries of geometry, the movements of celestial bodies, and the nature of the divine. She wasn't just teaching formulas, she was teaching a way of thinking, a rational approach to understanding the universe. Her contributions to science were immense. While none of her original writings have survived the ravages of time, historical accounts tell us she wrote commentaries on major mathematical texts, making them more accessible. She edited her father's work on Ptolemy's Almagest, the definitive astronomical text, for over 1,000 years. She is also credited with inventing or improving scientific instruments like the astrolabe, used to chart the stars, and the hydrometer for measuring the density of liquids. She was a hands-on intellectual, bridging the gap between abstract theory and practical application. But Hypatia was more than a scholar. She was a public figure, a respected advisor to the city's leaders. Her wisdom was sought by Orestes, the Roman governor of Alexandria. Her philosophy, Neoplatonism, emphasized reason, logic, and the pursuit of a higher truth, ideals that she embodied in her life and her teachings. She was a symbol of logic and tolerance in an increasingly turbulent city. Unfortunately, this turbulence would ultimately lead to her tragic end. Alexandria was a powder keg of political and religious tension between the traditional Greco-Roman pagans, the rapidly growing Christian community, and the Jewish population. Hypatia, with her pagan philosophical roots and her influence over the city's governor, became a target. She was seen by some radical factions as a symbol of the old world, a challenge to the new religious order. But in the year 415, this tension exploded. A mob, incited by rumors and political animosity, brutally murdered her on the streets of Alexandria. It was a shocking act of violence that reverberated through the intellectual world. Her death is often seen as a grim milestone, marking the end of classical antiquity and the decline of Alexandria as the intellectual heart of the world. But Hypatia's legacy was not so easily extinguished. Though her voice was silenced, her story endured. She became a martyr for philosophy, a symbol of reason and intellectual freedom crushed by intolerance and fanaticism. Through the centuries, her legend has inspired countless artists, writers, and scientists. She reminds us that the pursuit of knowledge is a timeless, noble endeavor, and that the light of a single, brilliant mind can shine through even the darkest moments of history. Hypatia of Alexandria was a philosopher, a mathematician, an astronomer, and a teacher. But most of all, she was a beacon of wisdom in a changing world. Her life is a powerful testament to the enduring power of the human mind and the courage it takes to stand for reason. Thank you for joining me on this journey back in time. If you found Hypatia's story as fascinating as I do, please hit that like button and subscribe for more explorations into history's most remarkable figures. Until next time, keep questioning and keep learning.